Hi Virgo, welcome to your monthly reading for November 2023. If you'd like to book a personal reading and get your own individual specific messages, then please see the description box below for details. I do have an Etsy shop and there are currently still discounts on the readings. You're also welcome to like, share or comment on the video, and you're also welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. The books you can see in front of you are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. So this Myths and Mermaids book, deck, should I say. I actually wanted to use these for last week's weekly check-in readings, which are available to watch as well if you want to check that out. And I was eager to use it, but something kept saying, nah, not this one, not yet, not quite right. So I thought, okay, I'll use it for the monthlies then that I'm going to be doing the following week. And then within that second, it kind of clicked, oh yeah, it's Oracle of the Water, and Scorpio is a water sign because we are in Scorpio season right now. With the Heal Yourself card, Scorpio is a sign that's known for being deep. It's about death, rebirth, like uncovering the mysteries and what's hidden. So I thought that felt like a deep dive kind of deck. And then Angels and Ancestors, I mean, tarot is spiritual in general, but this felt like a particularly spiritual deck that would work well with these. So anyway, let's get into your reading. We are going to start off with your Oracle card. So I'm going to start off with a Heal Yourself card. And see first of all what your main theme will be. So this will be like a main theme for you or focal point for November 2023. So a main theme for Virgo. Okay, it's good. It didn't get set on fire. I've said before, it's a risk I take every time I do a reading, having the candle here, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. So you've got self-love. And I'm going to get you an Angels and Ancestors card as well. God, Scorpio, your cards are... Scorpio? I don't know, I'm calling you Scorpio. Virgo, your cards are really going for the candle today, aren't they? So you've got Air Guardian, shift your perception. So I'll move those up there actually because that's more space. And Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Okay. There may be a Scorpio that's relevant here. Apart from the fact it is Scorpio season, there might be something relevant about that. So do I want to look at any of these cards in the book? They're pretty self-explanatory, but I will look. I feel like I need to look at the Air Guardian, shift your perception. Self-love is pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? So I think we'll leave that one there. Let's look at Air Guardian first of all. So it says, the message says, change the way you think and you will change your whole reality. The Air Guardian card represents the angels of the air element. Traditionally, air is all about thoughts, thinking, and everything that's happening in the mind. So these angels can help you to overcome any thoughts that have come back to haunt you from the past and to see the world more clearly. They are guiding you to change the way you think about certain situations, as this could be standing between you and your greatness. The extended message says, when this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You are being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you are being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. You are being guided to open your eyes and your mind. Go beyond any limits you have set for yourself and recognize that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. Opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you are ready to do the internal work to support them. That potentially could be self-love. There may be an element of self-love that comes into it here. And I did talk in the weekly readings at the beginning, in the intro, I talked about self-love being a... It's a consistent practice, isn't it? It's not just waking up and thinking, oh yeah, I actually do love myself, or declaring it. It's a consistent effort to honor who you are, honor yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally as well. And it's consistent. And as I say, it does take practice. So I'm going to have a brief look at the Medicine Guardian card as well. But that one's pretty Pretty self-explanatory. So this can be to do with anything. You needing to be open to heal, needing to be open to information. Could be to do with health, relationships, career. I'll read you the extended message. It says, you are being exposed to information, insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. If you are working through something mentally or emotionally, you know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. If you are working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that's coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. Your angels are here to remind you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you are on the road to revealing that wholeness once more. So again, there really could be something with self-love here. And I think I mentioned in one of the readings, not sure which one, that I did for the weeklies where I was on a self-love kick. That just because a message comes up about self-love, it doesn't mean that you don't love yourself at all. It just means that sometimes, for me, I feel that sometimes we're better at doing it, at self-love practices, than other times. I mentioned that I've previously suffered from depression and anxiety, and even when I was depressed, well, the last time, it wasn't that I didn't love myself. I loved myself even though I was depressed, but I just wasn't I wasn't there for myself. Like I didn't have the capacity to be there for myself, and eventually I overcame that. But the love was still there. It was just hard to care for myself at that point in time. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's get on with the tarot cards. So we're going to get, again from this deck, we're going to get your main theme. See if there's anything else we can add to your main theme. Anything else that Virgo needs to know about their main theme? What is their main theme for November 2023? So you have Seven of Swords, and straight away I'm thinking something about needing to be honest with yourself. That could be where you need to shift your perception. And then you have the Seven of Wands. That can often be standing up for something. So you could be standing up for the truth, potentially. Let's get your energy specifically. Or there's a need to stand up for the truth and be very honest with yourself about something. Maybe others too. So your energy specifically, that was a really quick. High Priestess. Okay, not surprised that's there. So that could be you. You could be potentially using your intuition, or needing to use your intuition, or there is something hidden that you know within you, as you've had in these cards. It's about being open and shifting your perception. There could be something within you that's hidden that you need to trust, or you need to know, or you need to uncover. So we're going to get any external or surrounding energies. Yes. Four of Cups. So that could be where you're not listening to yourself. These are kind of they're very similar, but they can be opposites in a way. Because Four of Cups, I mean, this is not a traditional Four of Cups, is it? Typically in the Four of Cups, someone's being offered something, but they're ignoring it. This one looks more like meditation, but we'll see what clarifies it. But it could be that you're not, you may not be trusting something within yourself, or your perception of something, and you need to, or you need to change your perception. Let's look at any past energies, if I can actually shuffle. Anything? Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands. So you may have needed to be quite defensive, or you've had to be defensive towards others, or you may have been resistant within yourself about something. Current or present energies, we have the Queen of Swords. So that's about honesty, truth, needing to know your truth and express it. That would have been the future energies, which is the Eight of Wands. So this can be about movement, or it can be about communication. Because of the cards we've had so far, I would say that is probably to do with communication. And for me, the future energy, I always say it's potential future, because nothing is set in stone, is it? And I often feel like it's like a heads up. It's not necessarily exactly what's going to happen, but it's what we need to be prepared for. So let's move on to your guidance as well. So we have the World here. Okay. The world for me can sometimes feel like seeing the bigger picture. Yes, it is often about going into a new cycle, but yeah, for me sometimes it can be needing to see the bigger picture and being open. And with the cards you've had here, that would make sense. So let's clarify. Let's start off on that Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands for you. So Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands. Why is that here? Why are they here? The Hanged Man, that's perception, isn't it? The Hanged Man. Perspectives, perception, can be about being in limbo, sacrifice, surrender as well. But I would say perception is the main thing that's coming in, since that is part of your theme. Anything else for the Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords? You may have changed your perception about something, but you're not sharing it, and there's something where you maybe need to open up and stand up for that. You could be keeping it to yourself. I mean, the High Priestess is known for keeping secrets, isn't she? You could very well be keeping your change of perception to yourself. And that's, if there is any deception with the Seven of Swords, that could be where that comes in, that you're not sharing or showing what you really think or what you really know. Because Four of Pentacles for me is a card of holding things close to your chest. The Hanged Man, he's like within himself, isn't he? He's confined to himself and his own thoughts. He's not opening up to anybody. He's sort of shutting people out. Anything else? We have Strength, and we have the Eight of Cups, and I'll get one more. Seven of Wands. So let's get something for the Eight of Cups. If you're feeling that something isn't right for you, if you feel something's not right for you, you may need to gain the courage to move on. I don't know why I'm getting the thought that with this Seven of Swords and Seven of Wands, one thought I'm having is that potentially with that Seven of Wands, you could be defending something that's a lie. You could be protecting something that's a lie. And it could be anything. Like, for example, say if you were you had a career that's really successful, you get a lot of money, it's very secure, it has high status, everybody admires you for it, but you absolutely hate it, or it doesn't feel like you could be protecting that, and that's a lie, isn't it, in itself? If you're doing something that you absolutely hate just because of the it seems to the outside world that it's a good option for you, then that's a lie. That's one example of where you may need to change your perception, that you may have told yourself, oh, well, it's good, it's a good opportunity, so I have to stick with it. And maybe if you change your perception and you're more honest and open with yourself and you show yourself self-love, because self-love, as I said, it's consistently honoring yourself, isn't it? And if you're doing something that you hate, that doesn't feel right, you are kind of dishonoring yourself in a way. Could be a relationship. If you're in a relationship that, say, sometimes people are in marriages, and I'm not going to tell anybody to break their marriage up. That's completely a person's choice. You're in the marriage, you know the situation, you know what's going on, if it's worth it or not. But like sometimes when people are in marriages and they sort of feel like they have to stay, or it's too much effort to leave, or on the outside it looks good, but behind closed doors it's absolute shit. Maybe you married to a partner who is absolutely amazing, like they're a lovely person, but you just do not have any connection with them whatsoever. And you, in your mind, you're sort of saying, oh, but yeah, it's a good person, we're stable, blah, blah, blah. I need to stay with this, but really you're quite miserable in the situation. You need to be more honest with yourself. And I know that some people can be married and they are 100% happy having just marriage for companionship, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're 100% happy with that, absolutely fine. But if you're in that situation and you're completely miserable and it's kind of like you're putting on a show, then you need to think about how you want to move forward in that. Right, so what was I going to do? I was going to clarify the Eight of Cups before I went off on that tangent. Well, I was giving examples, wasn't I? So Eight of Cups. And I think I know what, I was going to say, no, that's dissatisfaction, isn't it? That's something you're dissatisfied about. You may need to be more honest with yourself. You may be protecting something that you are actually not happy with. but you're not shifting your perception. You're probably keeping yourself within the situation, keeping your dissatisfaction a secret potentially, and needing to actually say how you feel at the very least. If you're unhappy in a situation, does it mean you have to immediately leave it? Not necessarily. Sometimes you need to open up about it, you need to talk about it and see if there's any way you can change things or resolve things or change the way you think about it. But either way, it's a way of honouring yourself and expressing self-love towards yourself, isn't it? Let's get one more for the Eight of Cups, although I'm not sure, do we need it really? I think I've covered this enough to know what this is about. Well, there's your card of being more open and honest about something, isn't it? The Queen of Swords, expressing how you really feel. Yeah, the Devil is where you're held back. But in reverse, that would be where you release, wouldn't it? And how do you release? By opening up about something. Being willing to face the challenge, the conflict, which is the Five of Wands. And sort of, again, Nine of Pentacles, it would be confidence, it can be independence. And for me, that's a way of honouring yourself as well. That is a card that kind of feels like self-love. It can be like a comfort zone as well. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe you need to face the challenge of getting out of your comfort zone. But then on the other side of the Nine of Pentacles, it's someone who takes care of themselves, isn't it? Let's look at that Seven of Swords. So that could be Seven of Wands, sorry. It could be saying that you need to come out of any, if you are protecting or defending something that is basically a lie, then it's sort of saying you need to come out of that. So why is that Seven of Wands there in reverse? Well, that's another card of major card of self-love, isn't it, with that? And then you get the Death card, which is a card that can be a card of release as well, like rebirth, letting go of the old to let the new happen. Let's just get you one more. And then the Page of Pentacles is there, and that for me is often a card of it's a new beginning, isn't it? It's being willing to open to something new, open to learning. And it has a very similar energy to this Medicine Guardian card. So being open to something new, being open to starting again if you have to, but dropping those defenses around something if you are protecting something that just isn't right. So let's put the sub-clarifiers back. That one was there originally, wasn't it? So we're going to look at your energy, High Priestess energy, and that could very well be secrecy, but we'll see what comes up for that. It's almost like the information is available to you, but it's up to you to tap into it and to listen to it and to honor it as well. So your energy specifically is the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands. Anything else? Five of Pentacles. Do you already know that you want to leave something? That's what I'm thinking, seeing the Knight of Wands, because he knows he's ready to go off on his adventure, isn't he? And then you've got the Five of Pentacles there. But as I said, the High Priestess keeps secrets, doesn't she? No, that's too many. Try that again. Anything else for the High Priestess? Two of Wands. So you've got a choice to make. And the choice is yours. You have the power to decide what path you want to go on, what direction you want to go in. Anything else for that High Priestess? So Two of Cups and High Priestess again to top it off. I think you kind of know already that you are not, there's something in particular which you will know what's going on in your life that you're not quite happy with, and that you would probably like to go in a different direction. You could be in denial of it, to be honest. There is a possibility that you could be in denial of it, or you're just not saying it. You might be worried about saying it, but I think you already know. And then the Two of Cups, that would be whatever it is that you want to go towards, that you feel would be more in alignment with you, that would match your energy, something that you would love. Let's get a little bit on that Two of Cups, see if anything else So it could be a relationship. It could be where you're not happy in a relationship with somebody and you want to leave. That's a potential. That's one thing. And you've got the Page of Pentacles and the Death card again. And as you know, I do not put the cards back in the deck in the same place. When I put the sub-clarifiers back in, I put it in different places so it doesn't come out together, and it still came out kind of together. So that would be wanting a new start. Might be a little bit of reluctance. Well, there is going to be reluctance there if you're keeping it to yourself. Try that again. Right, what fell on top of that? 8 of Wands. That's like you're ready to go, isn't it? Judgment. It can be a second chance. It can be answering a calling. I'll get one more for that 2 of Cups. What am I going to take? I'm going to, right, we've got these, but that's too many, so I'm not going to take these. I am going to take the 8 of Swords. I would say that's like a desire to get unstuck, really. To answer the calling, to leave something behind and move forward. And maybe the only thing that you need to leave behind is your perception of things, potentially. Like, say if it was, so there's 2 ways in a relationship. It could be where you're with one person, say if you're married or whatever, and you wanted to get out of that and go forward to something else. And it doesn't mean that what you go to with that 2 of Cups has to be another person. It could just be leaving that relationship or marriage to go towards a life that you are happier with. That could be what the matching cup is, that you will feel happier and freer just being on your own. Could be another person. It could even be that you're single and you have the opportunity to have a relationship with somebody, and you're deciding if you want to leave your old life behind, or your perceptions of relationships. Maybe you're concerned about if it's going to work or not, and it's leaving that perception behind of worry about whether it's going to work or not to go towards the person that you want to be with. Right, so I'm going to look at that High Priestess that's on the end here. But I feel like that's just confirmation that you probably already know. Yeah, you probably already know, and it's sort of like saying that you can change things if you follow what you know. Yeah, you've got the Ace of Wands here. Which way? Up. It's got to be up. I know it kind of came out halfway in reverse, but that would be the spark. It's something that you have a spark for. Anything else? And then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is the action. It could be communication, but that's action. The King of Pentacles is having the capacity to build. So if you wanted a new life, then it's having the capacity to build a new life. If you want a new relationship or a different relationship, it's that you are able to build that. You are able to build it, but it takes effort. It takes work. You have to go with it. You can't just have the thought. You actually have to put the effort in as well. So your energy, as I say, it looks like you know that there's something niggling you, that something's not right, or there's something you want to go towards, but you may be in denial of it, potentially. That seems like the biggest thing coming up here, that you may be in denial of it, or yeah, because denial can be either ignoring it altogether, or you know it but you're hiding it. So external energies, let's see what's going on with that. That could be the dissatisfaction. There could be the external energy for me. It can be another person, but sometimes it can be the energy around you that's kind of motivating you or niggling at you or pushing you. So that could be that feeling of dissatisfaction around you that's niggling you. So 4 of Cups. Why is the 4 of Cups here, please? Right, give me a minute. That has flown way behind a bunch of books. Okay. Bear with me. So Virgo, it was the Page of Wands, and it was really hidden behind a bunch of books under the table. So are you really, really trying to hide what you want or deny what you want with the fact that that was so hidden? So Page of Wands. And so, okay, so the Page of Wands for me is the little explorer. He's ready to go off on a new adventure, a new path. Sometimes it's about finding his identity or her identity. But for me, it feels like, again, hiding that dissatisfaction or desire to want to do something new. Anything else? Queen of Wands, she's like a more mature version of that little page, but she's not afraid to come out and shine her light and whatever she wants to do. Ten of Cups, it's a card of happiness, isn't it? Fulfillment. King of Pentacles again is one of building. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles there. That's the opportunity to do whatever it is that you want. So I feel like this external energy overall, it's that feeling of dissatisfaction, and knowing that there's something more or better for you that you want to do and that you want to pursue. So that's probably, for me, that is probably a feeling that's niggling at you. Maybe you feel like you can't get it or you can't do it, and that's where your perception needs to shift. But yeah, it feels like it's an energy that's like harassing you even. I know I felt like that in situations where it doesn't feel right, and I'm like, oh no, but it's good. I need to be grateful. I just need to be grateful for it. And it's like, yeah, but you hate it, or you don't feel, it doesn't feel the same as it used to feel. So why are you trying to pretend? Why are you faking? Because you get to a point where it's almost like you're faking it, isn't it? Not to be malicious, but because you just feel like you should be grateful or it's a good opportunity. But it's like, no, you don't want this. You don't want this anymore. And that feeling can niggle at you for ages. I mean, I've had it where situations that I've been in, and like a year later, I've wanted to leave the situation or change the situation, and a year later I haven't done it because I'm like, no, I need to be grateful, it's a good opportunity. But that feeling doesn't go, it sticks with you and it harasses you. It's almost like it haunts you, until you accept it and you change things and you decide to change things. Right, so 9 of Wands, so that's past energy. So we've got 8 of Wands. That feels like someone who wants to escape, actually. I mean, I often say that this person looks like they're a caged animal, or they're in prison even. With the 8 of Wands, it looks like a desire to escape. And possibly to be respected and appreciated. It could be a situation here in the past where you felt you've had to be defensive, you felt attacked. You may not have felt properly valued, because the 6 of Wands is where you would be respected and valued, isn't it? And again, that's where you kind of honouring yourself. Anything else? Yeah, okay. So 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit, 5 of Wands. It feels like escape, wanting to escape, wanting to be valued, wanting to feel at home within yourself. I'm getting from the 9 of Pentacles and the Hermit together, because he trusts his inner knowing. He has his guiding light. He is his own guiding light in a way, isn't he? So it's like wanting to feel at home within yourself, but then you've got these very likely external. It could be internal conflict between what you want and what you actually do. Could be external stuff that's going on around you that kind of interferes or causes you challenges as well. Let's look at that 5 of Wands. I would say it's something that disturbed your peace with that 4 of Swords there. Anything else? So I've got the Empress, or yeah, that's a massive disturbance to someone's peace, that Tower is. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and I will get one more for that. There could be something here that's disturbed or kind of interfered with or affected your ability to love yourself. With the Ace of Cups and the Empress there, that feels, those two feel like cards of self-love. But then, as I say, you've got the 4 of Swords, which is where you're trying to heal and recover from something. You've got the Tower, which is a major disruption and you've got the 9 of Swords, which is anxiety. So you may have had something that's really messed with your sense of self-love, self-value, self-worth even. Potentially even your ability to love, if there's a relationship involved here. And that's past energy. So it's something that's left you feeling defensive. You've probably wanted to escape as well from the situation. Okay, we'll leave that one there. Let's look at the current energy for you. That was there already, wasn't it? So we have the Queen of Swords, so that's the current energy, and let's clarify that and see what comes up. As I say, that could be a need for you to open up now and to express your truth. Right, so there is a heavy burden that needs to come out, to be honest. I would say this Queen of Swords is the energy that you need to take on in the present. I will take the world and put the rest back. So the world, yeah, if you want to go into, if you want to start something new, the burden that you have to release, I would say, is your truth. Whatever truth you're holding on to, whatever you're not being 100% open and honest about, then that almost hit the candle again, didn't it? Right, we have the Three of Swords. So you might need to express, wow, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords. You might have to express something that's hurt you, or to let go of something that's hurt you. The Star is here, so you may need to heal from something that's hurt you as well. There may be someone that you need to be very open with about something, about how they've potentially hurt you or how you're feeling hurt. You may need to be assertive with that person because you've got the Emperor there. But there is a heavy burden here, and you're going to have to be honest about it to get past it, to be honest, to heal and recover from all of this. Why is the Emperor there? That may, again, be the energy of being assertive that you need to take on. Why is the Emperor there, please? We've got the Moon. This could be another person, potentially, as well. It could be somebody that's that it's not that they literally have some authority over you, but you may have felt like they have some authority over you, or you feel like they have some authority over you, and you may not have expressed how you feel towards that person. That's if it's not you that needs to take that on, then there's someone there, could potentially be someone there who's okay. Let's get one more. Could be someone you need to open up to express how you feel, potentially, as well. So again, if there was a relationship involved here, say if it was someone you wanted to pursue a relationship with, you would need to open up to them and express how you feel. Let's get one more for that. Okay. Right, so if this is you, if this Emperor is you, then it's your need to take control of the situation, to open up, to express how you feel, to express what you want, to express where you need balance, where you need equal give and take. Or to just take charge of the situation so that there is equal give and take, and that so that you are honouring yourself and what you desire as well, so that you can feel fulfilled. Let's put these back. So overall, for the current energies, it's needing to express the truth, whatever the truth is for you. Whatever is true for you, then you're needing to express it. Whatever hurts you're going through, whatever it is that will make you feel satisfied and valued and balanced, then you need to get it out. So 8 of Wands, that's potential future energy. Why is that there, please? I don't know, I'm having trouble with this deck today. It usually doesn't give me any trouble, but it just wants to fall out. Got the 3 of Cups. You might be wanting to go towards people that feel more supportive towards you with that 3 of Cups there. Hierophant's there again. Anything else? Or you may feel like you need to express that you'd like support. Ace of Wands. Let's get one more. And the 5 of Swords. So yeah, you've got that 5 of Swords there. So between the 3 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords, it kind of feels like maybe you feel like you need more support in something and you want it. That's one possibility. Let's look at the Hierophant. I feel like it's always worth clarifying the Hierophant because it can go so many different ways. Yeah, that could be old rules that have kept you feeling restricted or held back potentially with that Four of Cups. That's what's kept you feeling dissatisfied. Ooh. So the Hierophant and Justice together, it's contracts, isn't it? It can be connected to contracts. So there may be a contract that has made you feel dissatisfied with, that hasn't felt supportive. So that could be a marriage contract, it could be a work contract, karmic contract even. But whatever it is, it's kind of kept you dissatisfied. It's kind of held you back, because Ace of Wands is where you have a spark for something and where you start a new chapter. And then the Five of Swords is kind of like a sabotaging kind of energy. So that's what's kept you back from that. And then the Eight of Wands is under there. So as I say, it can be communication, it can be held back communication with it being in reverse, or it can be something which restricts your movements. And that is, as I say, it's potential future energy. So that's what you would need to be prepared for. You need to be prepared to address that energy. Anything else? So to avoid being held back in the future, I would say you need to take that Queen of Swords energy on and open up. Otherwise, if you don't, then you'll still be stuck. Yeah, it's like leaving behind a contract, whatever the contract means to you. If it is literally a contract with people or a person or an institution, or, as I say, karmic contracts. Let's look at that Five of Swords. So I've got the Sun. That Five of Swords and the Hierophant would come into this as well, because I mentioned rules that have kept you held back. This can be an energy with the cards that are clarifying it. It's an energy that, I don't want to go down the narcissistic route, because I feel that we overuse that word sometimes, but say if you were with a narcissist, that is somebody that keeps you from seeing things clearly. And it doesn't have to be a literal narcissist, because I feel that we all have the ability, or we all have narcissistic tendencies in us. It doesn't mean that we're all narcissists. It's like the shadow side and the I don't know, the light side is the easiest way I can describe it. We all have a shadow side, don't we? And part of our shadow side is that negative side of us. We all have the potential to be jealous. We all have the potential to be angry. I mean, what are narcissistic tendencies? They are jealousy, they are anger, they are control, aren't they? We all have those within us. So that's why I say we all have narcissistic tendencies within us. It's just that the majority of people have it under control and they don't let it out because they don't feel the need to. But this would be an energy where you have people that are manipulative and nasty and want to keep you held down, potentially, but it's up to you to free yourself. It can be your own mind as well that does that to you. But with the Five of Swords, it usually is. I know they talk about self-sabotage with the Five of Swords, but it could potentially be other people, especially seeing that Hierophant there again. That's rules, that's restrictions. And it can be in an institution or an organization, but it could be people as well. Sometimes it can be family members. The rules of family members can keep you feeling held down. Traditions within the family, culture, even there are rules there sometimes that make you feel like there's no way out, that you're not free in a way, that you have to stick with what they say. So let's put those back. So for the future, it's being aware that you could potentially, and I'm taking up the cards that I shouldn't be here, aren't I? Yeah, I've sort of lost track of what I was picking up now. Yeah, being aware that in the future, if you don't speak up and you don't be honest about how you're feeling, what's hurting you, what your needs are, then you could be held back from moving forward. And then finally, your advice with the World card. I would say that is emotional expression, about opening up about how you feel. Anything else for that? You've got the Lovers. Yeah, so that's opening up about what you love, what will make you feel happy, what's fair to you, what feels fair to you. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, which I've said before can be a card of commitment. It can be taking small steps towards something, or dedicated steps. I mean, are you dedicated to yourself first of all? And are you committed to your own sense of self-honoring and self-love as well? Anything else? Ten of Pentacles. That would be the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles together. It's like working towards and being committed to your own stability and abundance. And abundance isn't just financial. With Pentacles, it's whatever makes you feel secure. So yes, for some people, buying their own house makes them feel secure. For other people, having a certain type of job helps them feel secure. For other people, it's having family, not just family gained through marriage or having children, but family like blood relatives that you're around that makes you feel secure. It could be anything. That might be something to think about. Be honest about what makes you feel secure, and part of your security is self-love and self-honoring, isn't it? So is there anything else here I want to look at? Let me look at that Nine of Pentacles just to see what else comes up for that. And I may look at the Lovers, because the Lovers is kind of calling on me. Yeah, to me, that's like commitment to yourself and being willing to release anything that that takes you away or prevents the commitment to yourself, and honouring yourself as well. Let's look at that Lovers card. It's just love overall. It can be self-love, it can be love for someone else, it can be love for something, for a particular thing or way of life or something. Nine of Wands. Get one more after that Nine of Wands. She's about self-nurturing. That Queen of Pentacles is about self-nurturing. It's like, even if you've been through battles, and even though sometimes things may be a struggle, you still need to nurture yourself, and you are worth it as well. So this could be, I mean, it is about cycles. It can be about to go into a new cycle. This is what you have to do. But it's also seeing the bigger picture as well. And part of the bigger picture is that you are important, aren't you? Even if you are in a situation or have an opportunity that feels like you should be grateful for it. And it's not to say that you can't be grateful for it. You can. But if it then becomes something that feels more like a burden than a pleasure, do you want to fight for it? Is it worth fighting for, or is it a dead end? Is it a loss now? Is it just like you need to cut your losses because you can't make it any better now? It's ruined and you can't make it any better, or it just isn't, it's just not fulfilling. Is there a way to change it, or is it time to let go? Has it become dishonoring to you now? Okay, so we'll leave that there, and I will get you a final card of advice. So for that, I am going to use this Myths and Mermaids Oracle of the Water deck. I had to check because I don't use it that often. I do like it, but I haven't used it very often, to be honest. So let's get you a final card of advice from this deck as well. So final card of advice for Virgo, please, for November 2023. Anything for Virgo. Right, we will take this one. And it says, I can't even read that. I think my eyesight is dying. Hamadryad Lake, I believe that says. So we'll put that there. Actually, that is just annoying me the way it looks. I'm just being really picky. So I'm going to put it there instead. And hopefully you can see that clearly. So that is number 32. Right, so it says, I'm just going to read the main messages. Oh, okay, actually, I'll read this bit as well. A vulnerable nymph rests herself beside a mystical lake. It is a beautiful, magical place, and she finds herself drawn into a false sense of security, not knowing of the deception waiting for her below the surface. The divination message says, beware deception and enchantment. A female with bad designs will seek to lead you astray when you are at your most vulnerable. She may be enchanting, but do not allow her to lure you down an improper path. Though you may feel defenseless, know that as long as you stay true to yourself, you will not be led astray. Keep your wits about you. The nefarious female in question may not be a stranger. She may be someone you already know whose goals are at odds with your own. Whether she is a trusted colleague, a long-time acquaintance, or a dazzling new friend, do not be deceived by the glamour of what she proposes. If a situation sounds too good to be true, trust your gut instinct. It is a deception. So I've been talking about deception throughout the whole thing, and about, I guess it is a way of being enchanted, isn't it? If you're in a situation where you feel like, oh, but it's a good opportunity and I need to be grateful for it, you know. Yes, it could be a specific female person that's trying to lead you down an improper path, but it could just be the situation itself. I think we all know not to take these books literally. It's sometimes it is, but sometimes it is just it's like an analogy, a metaphor. Right, the antithesis, it says, reflect on your influence over others. Although you may not realize it, you are being a negative influence on someone in your life. You are leading on a friend or lover, or using a patron exclusively for your own gains. Reconsider how far you are willing to go to succeed or get what you desire. That's a possibility too. But I think that wraps it up nicely. I think, yeah, what more can I add to that? So I won't add anything else to it. So again, if you'd like a personal reading, please see the description box for details. There are still discounts available for the readings in my Etsy shop. Feel free to like, share, or comment on the video, and you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. But until the next reading, take care.